And welcome back to episode 2 of Blown Coverage. I'm your host, Tristan Nerney. That's Cole Babson.
Co-host, Cole Babson.
Co-host, sorry.
Co-host, classmate.
Classmate.
Whatever.
Great friend.
Great friend.
UNH alumni.
Absolutely.
Yep. So we got some fun things to talk about today. We're going to talk about the Cowboys. We're going to talk about Shane Waldron getting fired.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. we got a little fun one later with Mahomes and Kelce that we'll get into. I don't know if you know much about it, but we'll get into that later. And then obviously our usual segments and such. So, yeah, we'll get into that in a second. Cole, how are you feeling about football or life?
Football's great. I moved to 6-4 last week in fantasy.
Nice.
Big win against a really shitty team in our league. Now I'm playing the worst team in our league. This guy who I'm playing this week in a 12-man PPR league dropped 46 points. My friend Ryan, who actually swims D1 at Louisville. Freak athlete.
That's good to know.
Horrible at fantasy football. Human specimen of a human too.
Doesn't translate.
Curly blonde hair, ripped.
You must love this guy.
Handsome. Oh, I love him, but he sucks at fantasy football.
Oh. Well,
yeah, but so good football week.
Yeah, good football week. You know who wasn't a good football week for?
Who, you?
No, not me. The Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, never. I don't remember the last time they had a good football week.
Well, yeah, they enjoy some seasons where they go one and done. But yeah, so the Cowboys obviously without Dak Prescott out for the year. I believe he's getting surgery.
Crazy.
Yeah, I kind of didn't expect it to be that serious.
Well, because at first I thought it was a hand thing because I saw that his hand all fucked up. Then what was it, a hamstring?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, that sucks for the Cowboys. Were they going to the playoffs anyways?
No.
But still, it's a big loss.
I mean, it wasn't like it was totally out. They had a chance to sort of steer the ship right, maybe sneak into the wild card if they go on a winning streak.
Yeah,
but now,
they needed to win.
Now you got Cooper Rush, so it's like, what are you going to do with Cooper Rush?
See, that's the thing. Who do you like more, Cooper Rush or Trey Lance? I like Trey Lance.
Trey Lance, like, you already suck. Just have fun with Trey. Just see.
Yeah, I was gonna say you already suck. Have fun with Trey Lance.
Like, at least he runs. You're not. It's same result.
He brings more to the table. I'm not saying he's gonna win you games.
He's not at all.
But
But like,
he's just more. He has higher upside than.
He's a number 3 overall pick, right? And he hasn't really played. So it's like, let's just see him.
Yeah, maybe
just for the sake of seeing him.
Maybe a revenge story comes out of this.
Yeah, probably not.
But obviously you're turning back to Dak next year, but.
Yeah, which, a big thing with that is Mike McCarthy, their head coach, likely getting fired. I think there was even something saying that he's likely not going to make it into next year. I was kind of surprised he even stayed on as the head coach this year. We thought Jerry would maybe pull the trigger a little sooner.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to go over some potential ideas of like who we think the Dallas Cowboys will have as their next head coach. Not what would make sense necessarily, because you got to put into account that Jerry Jones is making this decision, and he's
he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
he sucks.
Yeah,
nobody likes him.
Cool accent though,
Yeah, cool accent. He's racist.
Super
racist. But
probably got to take that into account actually for some of the names I got on here.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I want to dive into the first one though, which is an obvious one.
Bill.
Bill Belichick.
Billy Belly.
What do you think about the Bill?
I think Bill is the number one choice right now. I know that I think you said last week that you thought that Bill was going to go to the Eagles.
I thought either of the two, Cowboys or Eagles, but I thought Eagles would be the best for him.
I think the opposite. I think Cowboys are the best for him.
It'd be more entertaining.
Well, yeah, it'd be more entertaining to watch. I think if you start closer to rock bottom, there's a lot more that he can take accountability for when he eventually makes this team better, which he will.
He also loves Micah Parsons.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he would have drafted Micah Parsons instead of Mac Jones if Parsons was available. Exactly. And I was big on Parsons too.
Yeah.
I didn't think Parsons would be like an elite edge rusher, but I think Bill would get so excited if he had Micah Parsons. And when it comes to the offense,
if Micah Parsons wants to stay there.
He will.
Dude, I don't know. Who's he talking to? I saw a video of him talking to a defense player. Was it on the Eagles? I forget who, but he was like, kind of giving signs.
Was it Darius Slay?
I think it might have been.
Just because I know Slay's got a podcast.
I don't remember who it was,
got
but
one these days.
Yeah, we'll just for this scenario he stays.
Yeah, we'll just say he stays.
Yeah, I think Bill is most likely to be the coach there. Written down after you have Mike Vrabel.
I like Vrabel a lot, but
I like him as a coach. I don't love him for the Cowboys. I think Vrabel. I could see Vrabel and Kelly Green. I think Vrabel is a little more of
Actually, yeah, I could see
a
that.
Kelly Green guy going to the Eagles.
I would. Oh, that's a good idea. Actually,
Yeah.
I do like that because he's a hard ass, and I don't know
He's
if
a hard ass.
he wouldn't take Jerry Jones's shit, which is kind of why Mike Vrabel didn't get a job in a way because like
Exactly.
I think there's some like he's an alpha dude and all this stuff, and that just like intimidates the front office guys or something. Or I don't know. There's something about that with Vrabel.
Well, the big thing for me with Bill is that Bill isn't going to go anywhere where he's not the GM as well. He wants to be drafting players. So is Jerry Jones going to give him that?
Bill could be desperate though to
Maybe.
because I think he still wants to coach. Bill could be like, hey, I'm not gonna have to make all the decisions, but I'm gonna be a heavy part of the decisions.
Yeah.
You don't have to give me the title necessarily,
Mhm.
but I want control of this. Like he may not just be the number one guy, but he's gonna have control over certain things. Maybe not when it comes to drafting, but maybe free agency.
Free agency. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, he does want to get back in there, and he doesn't want to be forgotten over the next year of doing podcasts.
And he's chasing records.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So I think you're right.
Josh McDaniels would likely be the offensive coordinator. I think too. Which how you'd feel about that? I think Dak Prescott could actually. I like Josh McDaniels a lot as an OC. I know he's hated as a head coach.
As an OC, I agree. He's good.
And that would sort of be a guy to help out Dak Prescott. I know Prescott's been dealing some injuries over the course of his career recently, but I feel like McDaniels could help sort of string that offense together.
Yep. And then obviously if, they need a running back, Rico Dowdle. Not that he's awful.
Everyone projects Ashton Gentry to go there.
Exactly.
Right?
So they're going to get Ashton Gentry.
It's a fun name.
Who, is like a video game guy. Like he just moves like somebody's behind the sticks just playing Xbox,
It's got to be a Heisman winner.
I hope
close to
I hope so. But I think Travis Hunter is my lead guy right now.
That'd be such a if the Cowboys somehow fell that low.
Oh,
they would love Travis Hunter.
They would. Well, you say fell that low. What do you mean fell that
low?
No,
I mean the Cowboys like their record fall off, so they reach into the top 5.
Oh yeah.
So they can like get Travis Hunter
low on draft picks. I was like, how low do you think Travis Hunter's going?
No. Hunter's top 5 for sure.
Yeah.
But I also got speaking of Travis Hunter, actually, Deion Sanders. Now I know there's the reports. There's stuff going around like, oh, Deion could be a hot head coach candidate going into this upcoming off season. And then there's like other reports saying that no, Deion actually wants to stay at Colorado and continue working with the program, which I still think will happen.
Mm-hmm.
But if I think Jerry Jones gives him some Godfather level offer for some reason, if Jerry Jones just fell in love with like Deion Sanders, or the Raiders for some reason, but staying on the topic of the Cowboys, I wouldn't rule it out. He's played there. I don't remember exactly what his relationship is like with the Cowboys.
I just think the only way that Deion ends up going to the NFL and coaching is if either Travis Hunter or Shedeur Sanders are on the team. I think that's the only. I don't think he's going to go to the NFL without them. How old's Shiloh? Is Shiloh? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know what he's projected if he's even. He would be graduating, but I feel like he would be like a 7th to undrafted.
Yeah,
I could be wrong. I don't know. This stuff like changes instantly when it comes to like February. Like,
and in college too.
Like they projected AJ Dillon one time to be like a 6th round draft pick. Then he got drafted in the 2nd round. Mm-hmm. So it's like that stuff changes like within a few months, anyways. But you could see that. It depends how bad the Cowboys really get. Where Jerry's like, I need something big.
I just think Jerry should kick the can.
Do us all a favor.
I hate him. not. I just think he's done winning. He's not gonna win.
Holds the team back for sure.
He does hold the team back, making stupid decisions,
stupid radio,
fucking putting up banners or some shit to cover the sun,
curtains.
Just curtains.
Or like remember when he went on that the radio station and he like threatened the guy's job? He was just like saying, "I'll get someone else to ask me these questions here," and it's like, dude, he probably makes like $100K or like $80K or something like that a year. It's like, stop.
Don't be an asshole.
Yeah. I mean, that's also the thing. Jerry Jones could also just kick the bucket at some point. But
Oh yeah.
So yeah, team needs. We obviously talked about the running back. I mean, helping Dak out, which would be
Yeah.
McDaniels if you go Belichick, or if you change the sort of offensive scheme. I don't know. I think they haven't really been healthy this year, so it could honestly just be a big coaching thing, and then adding like a top level running back potentially. I know Dowdle was kind of solid, but I feel like they missed Pollard.
Dowdle's solid. Dowdle's solid, but even Pollard, you had no idea Pollard was going to be as good as he was. Like he wasn't the lead back in that backfield, but then he was.
I think it's mainly also because Derrick Henry's having a great year, and they passed on him, even though Jerry Jones said he wouldn't have had the year he's having if he was here.
Who's to say he would have had the year that he's having here?
Which is true. The scheme would have sucked.
Yeah, the scheme would have been completely different than what they're running in Baltimore. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Monitor more on that if there's anything new. But
the real thing is, the only thing that is going to really save the Cowboys at this point is Jesus. They need way more than just a head coach.
Yeah, if it's going to take God to come down to make some decisions here.
Exactly.
Speaking of God coming down to make some decisions, seems like the Bears made a decision in firing Shane Waldron as their offensive coordinator, and Caleb Williams getting sacked 9 times against the New England Patriots, that team does not really have a good pass rush at all. And I know they're down to
tough.
I know the Bears are down to their 4th, I think it was, offensive tackle.
Mm-hmm.
But man, you got to scheme something up better to get Caleb Williams out of there. I heard Caleb Williams was looking at the rush too, like when it was coming at him.
Yeah,
which is a defensive line can tell when they. I think Dietrich Wise said that, which is why they continued to rush him as they did. So with Waldron getting fired, just 10 months on the job basically because he got fired in the offseason, is the situation during draft time when the Bears drafted Caleb Williams. Everyone was like, this is a great situation. He's got Keenan Allen. We just got Rome Odunze for him. Shane Waldron made Geno Smith look really good. I know Seahawks fans feel a little differently about Shane Waldron because he's inconsistent. And, Eberflus kind of a lame duck coach, but, sometimes they play a little decent. Sometimes they don't really. I don't like them. But anyways, a lot of people were saying that it was a good situation for Caleb Williams now that some time has passed with the rookie quarterbacks. Is Caleb Williams in the worst situation for a rookie quarterback?
Is he in the worst situation? Is that what you're asking?
Yes, I'm asking.
No. Drake May's still in the worst situation.
No.
Drake May's still in the worst
No,
situation.
he's not.
Drake May doesn't have any receivers.
It's not a great situation, but it's better.
His receivers wouldn't be notable.
Okay.
If he wasn't the quarterback. Think about these receivers with Jacoby Brissett.
Okay, wait, hold on though.
None of them had any value.
Here's the thing about quarterbacks and receivers. What do good quarterbacks do? Make any receiver work.
Exactly.
So Caleb Williams has Keenan Allen, DJ Moore. I think DJ Moore might actually hate him. DJ Moore definitely hates him.
There's a little bit of beef there.
And Rome Odunze, top 15 draft pick. So he's got great receivers there. Cole Kmet. Great tight end.
Great tight end, Cole Kmet.
But the Bears have a terrible offensive line.
So do the Pats.
But their coordinator just got fired. Alex Van Pelt sucks ass, but even he was better. They didn't score a touchdown, I think they said, in 8 quarters or something like that. Or
yeah, well, they're the Bears, dude. I guess that the situation sucks just because of the name that he wears on his chest.
Well, the Bears. Do you know who the best quarterback is in the Bears franchise history? It's probably Jay Cutler.
Yeah, which is not saying much.
No, and they didn't even draft
Cutler guy. But it's well, that's the thing.
So wait, would you rather? So how do you think Drake? Well, I mean, that's more about the quarterbacks.
I think
themselves.
Drake May would be playing better on the Bears than Caleb Williams is playing.
But then also, I feel like it's tough when we say these because then now we're going into the quarterbacks as people. Yeah, and we have to try and assess it, put that aside almost put it as just the situation itself. Let's almost put
situation. I don't know, dude.
Let's almost put the quarterbacks themselves to aside. There's a rookie quarterback anonymous traits.
Okay,
and you want to put him in the best case scenario.
And this is coming after they fired, what's his name? Shane Moore.
No, this was
or before
going into the season.
Going into the season.
I mean, I guess it is now actually.
Yeah. So
now.
I think having having your OC fired mid-season. It's not going to help anybody. I mean, maybe.
And that's not on
Never know.
Caleb Williams.
No, it's not. Yeah, look, I don't think Caleb Williams. Like, I'm talking a little bit like he's a bust right now. He's not a bust. He's a good player.
Super early to judge any of these guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a great player. I don't know. I think the Bears. Look, the Bears situation is probably worse than the Pats, offensive line wise, obviously, which carries a lot about what quarterbacks do. But before Drake May came in, everybody was saying, "Wow, this offensive line is the worst offensive line in the league."
Then they found a combo.
Yeah.
And I know injuries are ridden as well with the Bears.
Yeah, I was going to say that's. I think if the Bears didn't have injuries, then
you may be playing left tackle for them in a couple of weeks if
I
things
might
go that way. Like they may give us a call.
Yeah, there's chance. They're rising. They're rising. I know a couple big guys that wouldn't mind.
Yeah, maybe me 2 months ago I could play some left guard, but yeah, I don't know. I think another thing is we heard about receivers, or not receivers, sorry, players on the team wanting Caleb Williams benched. And then, did you hear about that?
No.
So this was a thing.
Inform me.
And there was a receiver who came out. I'm trying to remember who said it. I don't remember if it was a Dunze or someone, but they basically were like, no, that's not true. I forget who it was exactly. But then I remember there's like people commenting back saying like, I want to hear what DJ Moore has to say. It's probably him.
Exactly, because he's the guy saying bench.
It's probably like, oh, fuck. Bryce Young.
DJ Moore came from a shitty fucking... Like, look, I get it that he's mad wherever he goes.
He's also a receiver. That's just what they do.
A whole lot. Yeah, receivers complain if they don't have the ball 10 times a game, score 4 touchdowns, and go for
George Pickens crashes out every game, so...
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. No matter what happens.
He refused to tackle a guy on the interception. He tackled the guy that was blocking.
Yeah. No, well, he was just more mad. The guy behind him was probably talking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, so I don't know. Do you think is Caleb Williams losing the locker room?
Hell no. He'll be fine. I don't know. I mean, to me, he lost it when he started painting his nails. It's neither here nor there.
You could fit Bears on one hand.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
That's gonna maybe cool. Like go.
Nothing against painting your nails, by the way.
No,
but I don't know. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine. Look, he's a rookie quarterback. The Bears obviously aren't going to give up on him anytime soon. I think DJ Moore is in a situation where he's either going to have to get out
or suck it up. He might just have to suck it up.
Yeah, I think he'll just suck it up.
But hopefully, they can turn that around. Yeah, nice.
Like that.
Little ASMR.
Yeah. Little mukbang.
We missed that chance earlier.
Oh shit.
But yeah, so Caleb Williams, terrible situation. Shane Waldron getting fired, probably the best. I mean, his head coach is probably going to get fired too. Matt Eberflus.
He's ass.
So that's why it's also a bad situation, because at least Gerard Mayo was a new brought-in coach, and he knew he's at least going to be here for 2 years minimum. So
I'm at the point where, like, if you're like, look, I've always made fun of Big Cat for being a Bears guy, but at this point, I just feel for him. Like, that sucks. Like, it's funny. Like, I'm like, while watching the Pats Bears game, it was like I was happy because the Pats were winning, but I was like, damn.
Like, they look like a professional football team for once.
They did.
The Patriots.
Well, you can't say for once. For a while, they were the best professional.
No. For once this season.
Yeah.
There's like 2 games this season, and that was one of them. Yeah. It was the Bengals game.
The Bengals game looked, oh my God, dude. Game 1. All of us were like, Super Bowl. Of course, we were kind of joking, but like...
Yeah, 16 points ain't going to get you to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Neither is 19, but hey, that's a 3-point improvement for Alex Van Pelt's offense.
Exactly.
And don't forget about the Jets game as well. We were in the 20s.
Fuck the Jets, bro.
Yeah. So, anyways, rest in peace, Shane Waldron's career as an OC, likely. Or at least in the NFL, who knows?
Oh, yeah.
So now we're going to get into some stardom situms with Cole.
My favorite segment of the day.
Oh, yeah.
All right, everybody. If you didn't see our last episode, this is where I go over my Week 11 fantasy football starts and sits for the week. I usually give a receiver or two to start or sit, and then a running back or two, quarterback, tight end, etc. So, I'll give you some options here. So, for running backs, I think you should start David Montgomery. Not that, if you're in a position, where maybe I'd tell you not to start him. Of course, he's David Montgomery. You're going to start him anyway. He's on a great offense. But yeah, you definitely got to start him this week if the option's yours. He has a great matchup versus Jacksonville. Obviously, Jacksonville's offense isn't really going to do shit. I think the Lions are going to go up big and stay up big, which means Montgomery and Jameer are just running and running and running. So, yeah, I think Montgomery's going to eat this week. And then I think you should sit J.K. Dobbins. He has a decent matchup versus the Bengals. Hasn't been a great run defense, but seeing Gus Edwards take up a lot of snaps and run actually more efficiently last week, getting 50 yards, scares me a little bit. So I think that they're going to – and that was his first week back from being injured. So I think, if anything, they're going to ramp Gus Edwards up even more. So I think J.K. Dobbins is kind of, he still leads the backfield, but he's losing a lot of touches in a game where I also think the script could find the Bengals leading early and them not being able to run the ball. So, and then I also have sit Najee Harris versus Baltimore. Jalen Warren has been peeking back into the lineup, taking exactly 50 of his snaps last week, or 50% of his snaps last week. Sorry, and also, yeah, they're playing Baltimore. Baltimore absolutely kills running backs. The only reason why Chase Brown had a good fantasy week last week is because he was really the only running back to get snaps at all. Khalil Herbert got 2 snaps. He played like 74 snaps last game, which is insane. And he put up 22.4. So, yeah, I would just steer clear of Najee Harris if you have the choice. Wide receivers, start the fuck out of DeAndre Hopkins. I think DeAndre Hopkins had a shitty week last week. Which was still like almost 10 points. Mm-hmm. That's a good floor to have. But he was also playing Pat Surtain, the best
one of the best in the whole league.
I think the best cornerback.
Yeah, you could say that
in the league. I think he's only just going to get more and more involved in this offense. So I think he's going to go over 8 targets this week and have a great week against Buffalo, which is going to be a shootout like it is every year. I personally, I'm super excited to watch the Buffalo game. So I think Hopkins will have a great game. However, staying in the Buffalo game, I'm sitting Shakir. Khalil Shakir is not a start for me this week in fantasy. Tough Kansas City secondary. And just overall inconsistent offense. Not meaning that they don't always score a lot of points, because they usually do.
Kincaid's out too.
But Kincaid is also out, which was actually before I made this list. He got taken out. So, I guess he could get some of those targets. But at the end of the day, Knox is just, not as good as Kincaid, but, he'll get the tight end targets. I don't think a lot of those tight end targets are magically going to go to Khalil Shakir.
Yeah, in the slot and other spots.
I don't know. I think Khalil Shakir, it's too tough to say with Keon Coleman and, all the other guys that receive the ball, Amari Cooper too.
Great Chiefs defense. So
yeah. I just don't think it's worth starting him. I don't have a QB sit this week because it's really kind of tough matchup-wise to determine quarterbacks, but I do have a start, and his name is Bo Nix of the Denver Broncos. I am, at the beginning of this season, if you asked me that Bo Nix was going to be anywhere near good in fantasy football, I would have thought you were fucking insane. He's had 20-plus point weeks than a lot of quarterbacks that you think, way more than Patrick Mahomes, which people were drafting in like, round 6 and round 5. But I'm starting Bo Nix this week. In my own league, I'm starting him because Kyler Murray has a bye week. But yeah, he's got a good matchup and might as well. Tight end, I'm saying start Kyle Pitts versus Denver, which is crazy because you're like, oh my God, you literally just said Denver has a great secondary, which they do. But they actually let up a decent amount of points to tight ends. And I think that Kirk Cousins has really started to rely on Kyle Pitts as just a possession guy a little more. Not saying he's going to find the end zone. He's a big play guy too.
He can get you a big play.
He could get you, like we've seen in games past.
40-yard touchdowns.
Exactly. We've seen it. But yeah, I think Kyle Pitts is a solid start this week. And then sit Jake Ferguson of the Dallas Cowboys versus Houston, who lets up the least amount of points to tight ends. Also having to deal with Trey Lance or Cooper Rush. Probably
you should
Cooper
sit
Rush.
That whole offense.
They should forfeit the game.
You should sit CeeDee Lamb at this point.
But
he didn't do anything, right?
Yes, he did all right the first game when Dak came out.
What about that last game though?
Last game, I don't know what he did last game. I haven't kept up on him. He's been kind of quiet this year, other than that one 40-point game.
I just remember him getting really pissed at Dak at times. But
yeah, which happens.
Yeah.
I would get pissed at Dak too. But yeah, I'd sit Jake Ferguson. I have him in my league, but he's not getting the start because he's playing a really good tight end defense. And that is going to be it for this week. Don't forget to follow me at Fantasy Blast on TikTok for more weekly injury updates, starts and sits, and overall fantasy football content. Thank you.
Thank you, Cole. I want to get into this next story here. It's a little different. We won't spend too much time on it.
This one's funny.
But it's kind of funny. It's kind of random. So we found out that recently through a report on November 13th that November 13th it was reported, but the incident happened on October 7th. And it was that Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes and tight end Travis Kelce's homes were broken into.
So was it the same day?
I believe so. So I'm going to read a little bit of this here.
I was gonna say, do they stand? Are they on like the same street? Like I haven't kept up on this. Like,
I know,
why did they both get
like I
robbed
just
the
don't
same
give a
day?
shit where people live, so it's like hard for me to remember that stuff. But if you want to look into it,
Yeah,
you
I'm
can while I
looking
read
it real
this.
quick.
So the homes of Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes and tight end Travis Kelce were broken into within days of each other last month. So it was within days, separate. Law enforcement reported that. A quote by Patrick Mahomes here. Should I do an impression? Should I give it a try?
Absolutely do an impression.
All right. Obviously, no, that's a little too much. That's a little too deep, right?
Kermit the Frog.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously it's frustrating, disappointing. Nah, that's really all I said. That was kind of bad.
No, I think it was great. You just sound
Usually I
like
do
Kermit the
better.
Frog, which sounds a lot like
Yeah, a little bit like
Um,
Mahomes. The break-ins, which were first reported by TMZ, happened just before and the day of the Chiefs' 26-13 home victory over the New Orleans Saints on October 7th. Kelsey's superstar girlfriend Taylor Swift watched from the stands. They had to let us know that just
exactly.
in case,
Just a name drop. Oh my God! Wait. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are dating?
I thought they were
What?
going to say that she was at the house when it
Yeah,
happened.
when
There was like
it
a
got-
gun to her
oh my
to her
God.
head or something.
That
No, she was
would've-
at the game. But no injuries were reported in either case, probably because
Good.
no one was home.
Yeah.
Kelsey's name isn't listed in the report, which said losses included $20,000 in cash and damage to a rear door. The 16,000 square foot, 1,440 square meter home includes a wine cellar, backyard pool, and 6-car garage. Not
Damn.
that I think they did anything about that, but
Yeah.
here's what a police captain, Jason Aring, said in an email. The Leawood Police Department does not comment about specific victims of crimes except in the case of fatality crashes or homicides. Yeah, that was kind of useless. But so anyways, the reason I bring this up is I want to speculate a little bit if we could.
Yeah.
So who's your main suspect of the break-in?
My main suspect is Rashi Rice's mom, who was caught stealing packages off of the doorsteps of her neighbors. So I think she wanted more. So she went to Rashi Rice's teammates' houses and stole. So I think Mama Rice is my main suspect in this case. By the way, they are neighbors.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Yeah, they both live in the Kansas City, Missouri area neighborhood of Loch Lloyd. One of the hottest trending places in the state to live.
Wow, that's
Reports
great
say
to
that
know.
not only Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes live there.
So that's good. I like it. It's a little
Mama
interesting that we're
Rice.
going with the direction of on your own team. You're I assume Mahomes loves Rasheed Rice. Maybe she's like, DeAndre Hopkins is getting all this attention now.
Yeah,
My son's not. Obviously, he's injured, and he's done some bad off-field things, but who cares? I like that one. So I'm struggling here between the main suspects. So this was before, or it was after a Saints game, I think it was, or was it during the Saints game? It was something like that. So I'm trying to think like if anyone on the Saints, have some quarrel with him. But I'm just gonna assume a division rival or something. I'm gonna go Sean Payton. Now I know it doesn't seem right. I think
I was gonna say, well, this would have came before the loss.
Yeah, and I know Sean Payton's on the
If he got robbed yesterday, I would have said Sean Payton.
Yeah, but I like to think he's a few steps ahead kind of guy.
He knew he was gonna lose,
and we know Bountygate, right?
Oh, heavy.
So don't
What he's
forget
known
about
for.
Sean Payton with that. You never know. Like
Sneaky.
Zach Wilson doesn't have much to do.
No.
Now I know he was probably active there, but I'm sure he came up with some scheming. I don't think he dresses on Sundays for I know he shows up.
I think he dresses.
Yeah,
Maybe not.
I'm sure he put some clothes on. But I don't know. I just have this feeling that Sean Payton's behind this. He's got a little history of it. I wouldn't rule it out. Division rivals maybe want to set the tone like, hey, I know the Chiefs are the top dog around here, but watch out, here comes the Broncos. We got some C tier players that can overperform.
Exactly. I don't know.
Leave it up to you
Yeah,
guys to
we'll leave
decide
it
who
up
you
to you
think
guys
did it.
to decide.
All right, let's get
could
in.
be just a Bills fan that's still mad about losing to them in the
They're
playoffs.
typically pretty good people, though.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
I like Bills fans.
Yeah, they're cool.
As a Pats fan, we shouldn't like Bills fans, but we do. I think Bills fans are cool.
Yeah, they're okay.
They're mid.
So let's get into something interesting here. I want to talk about who we think the number one overall pick is going to be this year, because if you haven't noticed, a lot of teams suck. And every day it feels like a team is going up or down 5 different spots in terms of the number one pick. Like the Patriots were in the number one slot, and they're like, now I think they'd be like the 6th overall pick or something crazy like that. So I got some teams listed here that I want to sort of go over. Right now, this is what the order of the draft would be. So I got the Jaguars, the Giants, the Raiders, the Titans, the Browns, the Panthers, the Saints, and the Patriots. So all these teams kind of blow a little bit. Who do you think sucks the most? And I don't know. Who do you think could be that number one? Who do you think will be the number one pick?
Dude, it's so hard to tell, right? Like I don't know.
It's
like
more competitive
I
than
watch football every week, and all these teams
suck.
I mean, and sometimes they show flashes, so it's more of like who will show flashes. And I do think the Patriots actually have, weirdly enough, they don't have a high chance of having the first overall pick. And at the beginning of the season, I would have totally thought that the Pats would have had a high pick. I mean, they're still gonna have a high pick, but yeah, a higher pick, like 1 through 3. But at this point, I might take the Jags, honestly, to be number one, even though they're one right now. I think Jags.
I would say
suck.
the Panthers almost, but I
was going to say the Panthers, but hey, maybe Bryce Young's sneaky on a revenge tour right now.
A little 2-game win streak. Don't sleep on it.
Don't sleep on it. He hasn't lost since getting put back in that starting job. Also, wait, he does have a little. Who are they playing this week?
We'll get into that later, I guess.
Yeah,
we'll go into the
later. But they do have the Kansas City Chiefs next week.
Oh yeah, people have been making those TikToks saying like, "Here comes Bryce Young.
Here comes Bryce Young.
He's gonna take down the dynasty."
I would cry tears of joy. I'd buy a Bryce Young jersey if he wins that game, and I'll wear it.
That'd be funny. I'm gonna go with the Giants.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
The Raiders aren't bad either. The Giants, the reason why is they just like continue to get worse. It feels like.
Yeah, they were regressing.
And Daniel Jones is kind of getting worse. And I think Dayball mentioned something about how he wouldn't say if like Jones would get benched at some point or something. So I don't know. There's just something about the Giants that feels a little extra smelly, like they get a little extra stench to them with how bad they've played. And, losing to the Panthers, I know it was an overtime game, but, they also made no winning plays, really. It felt like they were trying to lose the whole game, right?
I just felt like they were trying to hang on, which won't win you games. You got to try and win, and they're not good at that.
Yeah, and I think the Raiders, the thing with them is their quarterback situation is quite awful, where you could see them slip into that number one spot. But I don't know. Sometimes they could maybe, I'm also trying to think of the division. Like I can't see the Giants really beating any teams in their division. I could see the Raiders maybe sneak one away because sometimes the Chargers and the Broncos play in too close of a game to where they can definitely lose like a 20-16 kind of game. So I could see that, but there's just a lot of bad teams right now this year, and it feels like the whole top 12 or whatever draft picks, it could all sort of flip around within the next few weeks. And when you look at the playoffs, the sort of standings of the playoffs or whatever, it feels like that's more easy to figure out than actually the top draft choice.
Yeah, which is usually not the case.
Yeah. Also, when you see the wild card hunt, there's some bad teams that are like 4 and 6.
Yeah, that shouldn't be in it.
That are just a little too close to the list. But yeah, that's what we got on that. You got anything else to add on that?
Not really. It's just one of those things where like it's too early in the season, which is funny. It's week 11, and it's still too early to talk about who's the
Like usually
worst
there's
team in
two
the league.
teams.
Yeah. Usually it's between 2 or 3 teams where it's clear, but all these teams just fucking blow.
Yeah.
All of them blow right now, and
Suck.
it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. We'll see.
So, are you ready for this?
What
The
parlay?
Yeah, are you?
Not really, but I mean,
You want to make it up on the fly here?
I mean, well, that's what I was trying to do right now. That's why I've been on my phone. So I can't really. I didn't really look too far into it. I think over on receptions for DeAndre Hopkins and Elijah Moore is just a nice two leg parlay.
What's it sitting at right now?
So Elijah Moore over 3.5 receptions is at minus 130. Then you have DeAndre Hopkins. If you go to receptions, it is over 4.5 at plus 150. Both of them together sit at plus 262. So you could triple your money there off just a nice simple 2-leg parlay. Both of them have gotten last game. DeAndre he had 5 targets but 4 catches against a horrible matchup in the Denver Broncos. So I think he'll sky that. And Elijah Moore, going to say the same thing before the bye week. He had 9 targets, only caught 3 of them. But dude, that's not going to happen again. If he gets over 7 targets, he'll catch 4 of them. I guarantee it. They're all short routes.
Yeah.
So I think that's a safe 2-leg parlay. That's all I really had.
I'm going to put you on the spot here. Can you just look something up for me?
Yeah.
I want to look at Can you show me what Kayshon Bouttie's at?
Kayshon Boutte. Actually, I did look at this.
I just have some weird obsession with Kayshon Boutte. Because it feels like he's their number one guy right now at sort of the outside receiver spot. And Drake May's been sort of having good chemistry with him as of recent, throwing him down the middle. And sometimes he gets a really big slant play. I don't know if his yards or receptions, what they would be, but I feel like him and Austin Hooper are a couple of sneaky guys.
His receptions are at 2.5. So it's not
I like that.
Line.
I like that a lot.
Not a bad line.
We should put that on there.
Yeah, I can put that on there. Putting that in the parlay.
Let's put Kayshon Boutte 2.5.
Over 2.5.
Over 2.5.
At minus 145. Makes it plus 512.
We can make this a little receptions.
Yeah, just a big reception. I think. Well, I want to look at a Kayshon Boutte right now just to see.
And if I'm not feeling lazy, I can throw it up on the screen here.
Over 2.5. Yeah, you should do that.
Yeah, don't be lazy, me.
Be lazy
later,
Tristan. Boutte. So in the past 3 games, he's hit it twice. He's hit the over on this twice. And he's gotten 6 targets over all 3 of the last games, or each of the last 3 games. He's got 6 targets.
He's also a big target for Drake May in the 2-minute drill. As well. He's gotten the deep crosser against the Bears.
Exactly.
He got the streak that was.
But
the
is he going to catch it though?
He's been pretty reliable with his hands.
Decent, yeah. If he can put the ball there,
the Jets game, he had a couple of drops, but then he had a couple of huge catches too. So I think for the most part,
Jets he went 3 for 6.
Yeah, he had 2 bad drops, but then he had 2 big catches later. So I like his hands. I think Boutte could hit that over.
I agree. I think Boutte will hit the over against the Rams too. Rams don't have an amazing secondary.
No. They're probably going to be blitzing because their line sucks.
Exactly, because their line sucks. So yeah, I think
Pat's
maybe.
Yeah, I love Boutte.
It's a 3-leg parlay.
Yeah, we could put 3 on there, huh?
Yeah, 3 on there plus 512.
Yeah,
that turns. If I were to put $5 on that,
how much money do people make?
Be 30.
30.
Over $30.
You just want $30, for the hell of it.
$30, just gas money.
Yeah, just a quick little gas
free.
money.
It's free. It's a lock.
Yeah,
it's a lock. We didn't just come up with this. We actually planned this before.
Yes, this is ready to go. I love Boutte. You love.
I'm a big Boutte guy.
Yeah, me too.
I love Boutte.
And I love Elijah Moore.
Oh, we're talking about players.
Yeah,
I love Elijah Moore.
Well, yeah, of course. And DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, exactly. They're locks. These are locks.
Locks.
Right
free money, you're welcome.
Exactly.
Is that what we're going with?
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, this is well executed. This has been the blown coverage parlay, receptions parlay.
Receptions only.
Receptions only parlay, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I say we move into segment number 3, which is
the matchups of week 11. Our wins and losses prediction here. As I pull this up because I'm very prepared. So how do you feel going into this week? Let's see what we got. All right, are you ready to go?
Oh, born ready.
Obviously, we're filming this on a Friday as usual.
Yep. So we didn't see the
We
Thursday
can't.
game.
Yeah, we can't predict the Eagles Commanders game. But
I did win money off that, so I did predict the Eagles. So
actually, we did text about it beforehand.
We did.
And you said
I said
Eagles.
Eagles
I
and-
said Commanders.
fucking boner. Over
Hey,
here.
hey,
Doesn't even know ball.
Hey.
No ball knowledge.
hey. All right, here we go. Green Bay Packers at Chicago Bears.
Let's try and rapid fire these.
Yeah.
Quick. Green Bay Packers where?
Chicago Bears.
I'm taking Green Bay.
I'm taking Green Bay too. Jacksonville at Detroit.
Fucking Detroit.
Detroit
dude.
the whole way.
Jacksonville shouldn't even show up.
That's what I like. Minnesota at Tennessee.
Minnesota.
It's a sneaky one, but I'm going to go Minnesota as well.
Minnesota.
Raiders versus Dolphins.
Dolphins. They're coming back.
I think so
They're gonna
too.
win some games.
Dolphins, we're kind of on the same page here. Rams versus Patriots.
I'm gonna take Rams. Take the Rams.
I was hoping you would say Patriots because I was going to say Rams too.
Yeah, we'll be on the Rams.
Yeah, my heart's different, but this one's kind of interesting. Browns, Saints.
That is interesting. This is one of those games that Jameis Winston could sneaky throw for 400 yards.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the Browns.
I'm going to go with the Saints. I think Darren Rizzi's rejuvenated that team.
Yeah,
I love
whole
that
new
guy. He was talking
team.
about taking a shit before the game. Like,
What a guy.
that's my guy right there. So,
Yeah, well, that's our first split. I'll take the Browns. You take the Saints.
yeah, good. We need to be different.
Mhm.
Colts versus Jets.
I'm
going Colts.
Anthony
Anthony Richardson's
Anthony Richardson's
back.
back.
That's right.
I'm taking the Jets.
I'm going Colts.
It's a safer pick.
It's fair. Yeah. Another good one. Ravens versus Steelers.
Steelers.
Ooh,
I'm taking Steelers
you
over
love
the
the
Ravens.
Steelers.
I love the Steelers.
I'm going Ravens. I think they figure it out here. I mean, they haven't not figured it
Yeah, I
out,
was
but
gonna say they haven't really.
yeah,
had a
they're
problem.
good. I just think that's gonna be a good game. I feel like they always have good games.
Hopefully, Deontay Johnson gets in the mix. He's been sitting on my bench and
Doing
fantasy.
none. Yeah, I
Doing
think he's.
fucking
I feel like there was something with him too.
He played 5 snaps last game.
Ooh, yeah, I think I
He
swear
did get 2 targets in those 5
I
snaps.
swear he
though.
tweeted something like or something
he?
where people are like, "Oh, he's kind of complaining about playing time," but I don't know. I guess we'll find out what happens this next game.
Mhm.
Falcons versus Broncos.
Say Falcons Broncos.
Yeah, Broncos have had a good defense, and
Broncos in 5. I'm taking the Broncos.
5.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going Falcons. I like the Falcons. I don't know. I think I just got a feeling. Seahawks versus 49ers.
I'm taking. Oh, this is kind of a good game. I like that. Sneaky good game. I'm gonna take. Did the Seahawks have a bye last week too? I think they're coming off the bye.
I think you might be right.
I'm
Yeah, you're right.
gonna take the Niners.
I'm taking the Niners as well. I think the Seahawks have
CMC
fell off
back.
quite a bit.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is the matchup of the week everyone's talking about. The Kansas City Chiefs versus the Buffalo Bills.
You go first. I'm excited to see what you say.
Are we doing this with logic or heart?
How about that?
'Cause
Say
I know how you
say
feel.
it on or after 3. 1, 2, 3. Team.
Wait. So after 3. So we say 3 and then say the team.
Yes.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Bills.
Chiefs.
Okay. I just want to see if you would
I like that.
go through it. I don't
A
know.
little split. I don't want them to win.
Well, no.
By
I don't know.
golly, I would love them to lose.
By golly, wouldn't you love it? I think.
Wouldn't you love it?
I think you'd show up with your pants off.
I would.
Yeah.
Next, if they I don't want to.
No, we can't do that here.
Do that here. We're on a school campus.
Yeah. Well. Anyways. Bengals versus Chargers.
Bengals.
Really?
Bengals.
Mm.
Shitty defense, but a lot of heart.
Hmm.
Joe Burrow's gonna ball out, even though they have a good secondary.
I want to say yes,
Ball
but
out.
I'm gonna go Chargers. I don't know. It's a tough one.
Yeah.
And then our Monday night game, Texans versus Cowboys.
Oh man,
Texans.
it's crazy. Like, this would be such a fun game. If you told me this was like a game at the beginning of the year, I would be like, yeah, it's a good game. It's a matchup. I'm taking Houston.
Yeah, I'm taking Houston as well.
I almost said Houston Cowboys.
The Houston Cowboys.
Houston Cowboys. And
Battle of Texas.
And the Dallas Texans.
Yeah.
Houston. Oh, yeah, I'm going to take the Texans here.
Yeah,
Texans.
me as well. That wraps up our Week 11 matchup predictions. Final thoughts here? Anything you have first?
It was Mama Rice. It was Mama Rice. That's all I got.
I like that. So next week is going to be a special episode. It's going to be a Thanksgiving
episode.
Thanksgiving themed. So we probably won't have an episode the following week because we'll be on vacation and stuff. But I'm thinking of maybe posting some clips just in case, for the sake of it, like some 5-minute things.
I'd send in a clip.
Yeah.
Feel me?
Someone's excited.
I'm super excited for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and we're going to have a special guest on. You'll see who.
Yeah.
Everyone knows this guy.
It's a surprise. Everybody knows this guy.
This guy is special.
This guy is elite ball knowledge.
He's known within ranks that are unheard of knowledge. So
exactly.
We'll save that surprise for you, and we'll see you for our Thanksgiving episode next week.
Absolutely. And don't forget to follow me on TikTok.
Yeah, that
Fantasy Blast.
If you don't get locked out of your account again.
Yeah, we're back in. I did get locked out of my account last week, but we're back.
See you next time.
See you next time. Bye.